What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. I'm actually in the Burger King parking lot. I just placed an order because people were asking about their new fiery big fish sandwich. I use the app and I place an order and then I go through the drive-thru, so it's already done. This way I don't have to worry about the choice. But the weather is so bad outside that I think I'm just going to take it home. I'm not that far from Burger King anyway, and it's like raining like crazy, so I don't want to get caught in a downpour. Drop a thumbs up. You guys already know the vibe. I don't know. I'll see y'all when I get my food.
Hi, welcome to Burger King. Where you room? How can I help you?
Hi, I have a mobile order.
Mobile order. What is the name or number?
It's Joe.
Joe.
You know how you know you're in New Jersey? They don't even say nothing to you when they give you your food. Not a here you go, not a just fuck. They don't care, bro. It's normal here. I know some people probably think that that's like whatever, but nah, we do that here, bro. they don't care if you exist. Found a nice little spot. There's actually like a cop, like probably like 10 feet that way. Like I'm just in the parking lot across the street, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, let me take all the stuff out. Let's get the review going. Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff because, again, I have so many rewards points at these restaurants that it actually should be criminal. Let me move back a little bit. It actually should be criminal how many rewards points I have, but I have a ton of them. Let's see what we have. This is the fish sandwich. Okay. Take this bad boy out. So, this, kinda, is the Burger King Fiery Big Fish Sandwich. Now, the only difference, Danny, so they use a Whopper bun, but the fish patty is so small that it doesn't even cover the whole thing. This is the same sauce that they use on their chicken, on the chicken when it came out. That same sauce they use on virtually everything they have in here. I like that sauce. I can't see this fish patty being bad unless the fish itself sucks. But first complaint, again, like, there's nothing on here. I guess you could cover that up by just having lettuce, but I don't eat lettuce, so. Normally this comes with lettuce, pickles, and tartar sauce. Mine I get with their fiery sauce and mayo. I always get mayo instead of tartar sauce, which is basically the same thing without pickles. For me, yeah. Look, it's the same thing as their big fish sandwich, but I love their fiery sauce that they're calling it. Again, I was a big fan of the chicken, so everything chicken related I still have an affinity towards. So they just dip that bad boy in there. The fish is crispy, and it has the same vibe as the Wendy's one. It's Alaskan pollock, the same thing. So it has a very similar taste, but this one's not overcooked. It's cooked perfectly. I never thought I'd say this, but I've done 3 fish sandwiches so far. This is the best one, and it's not even close. The other ones I give 6 and a 6.5 out of 10. This one, fast food fish scale, I would give an 8.5 out of 10. This is the best one so far. My only real big gripe, again, is that the patty is nowhere near the size of the bun, because it's a Whopper bun. But other than that, you can sign me up for that any day. So there's no way that I'm going to go to Burger King and I'm not going to get what I think is one of my favorite, most underrated burgers in fast food. But I got it for the low of $0. If you use the app and you spend over $3, you can get a Whopper for free. Like, no extra charge, for free. So I paid $1 for this because I made it a Rodeo King. So I got the barbecue sauce with the mayo and then the onion rings. But you pay extra for the Swiss and the onion rings. So I did get it for $1. Just telling you, I say this every single time. People, please, if you're going to get fast food, use the apps. If you're going to get any kind of food, use the apps. They try to push you towards the app so that they got you. But I got them because this is $1. Okay? I win. The Rodeo Whopper is such a good sandwich. And you need these onion rings. right? Got the large onion ring. I got the big fish meal with that zesty sauce. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna napkin. Also, I ain't getting no straw. Burger King has Coke Zero, which is my favorite soft drink other than Sprite Zero. This is the first time I've done like a real legit car video where I'm just chilling. And again, got my eye open. There's a cop right there. I also did what they call a duo. So you can get either a Whopper Jr. or any of their wraps for $5. You get two of it for $5. So I got one of these. I wanted to try their wrap again because I only got it that one time. First time I got it, I didn't think it was very good, but I wanted to try it again. So I got it again, but I got the spicy kind, and I added it again because I'm just ridiculous. I added cheese and bacon. So this is the same thing as their Royal Crispy. You can see the cut, the incision. So it's the same exact sandwich. They just put it in a tortilla, which is why, personally, I think these like wraps are overrated because they're just cut up sandwiches in a tortilla. I think psychologically people like them, but I'd rather have it on bread. But if I were to get any of these, it would be this one. It has that same fiery sauce, and I'm just a fan of it. Adding cheese and bacon didn't hurt it. But just like everything else I do at Burger King, I'm just going to go ahead and plop a damn onion ring in it. Plop a damn onion ring in it. And then you're going to plop some damn zesty sauce in it. There we go. Squeeze that down. Squeeze that down. That stuff will make anything better. Legitimately. So this is why eating in the car is good, huh? Fair. We got one more thing, which is a double rodeo. This is a double rodeo burger. Yes, I just added another patty, but I got mine with Swiss instead of cheddar cheese, and I got onion rings, extra barbecue sauce, but I did something a little different because I added tomatoes, and there should be mustard on this, but I don't see it. But that is a double rodeo burger. One of the best fast food burgers in the game, value for dollar. So what I did was I got the duo, which is 2 for $5. It's a Whopper Jr. And I just added the onion rings to it. Really it. So if you want to get a double rodeo burger right now, go to Burger King, use the duo, and then you just add. It's really that simple. Underrated. Discussion today, we're going to do it in the car because we're in a car, and I do want to talk a little bit, so I'm going to talk about it. I saw a video on TikTok that's getting pretty popular, but not for the right reasons. So, there's a music producer that goes by the name of Benny Blanco, who currently, I believe, is dating Selena Gomez. I get confused between Selena Gomez and a couple of other, I don't mean that disrespectful, I just get confused because I know like there's Vanessa Hudgens and stuff, and they were all in one movie together at one point, so I always get confused between which one is which, but excuse me, this is not even relevant to the topic. So, on TikTok, he did like an impromptu review of Jollibee. So, in the video, he tries, he gets like a chicken joy meal, so obviously I'm a big fan of Jollibee, and he gets a fried chicken with the family-size spaghetti. He got fries and he got burger steaks with adobo rice. So, he said that the adobo rice was dry, as he cursed in it. Not really a big deal. His particular one looked dry. But, he went to the chicken. Chicken's kind of butt, he said, you know, is great. But the thing that kind of made him a lot of people rub the wrong way is he tried the spaghetti. Now, let me preface this. I'm sorry for going all over the place, but he said that I believe his mother or his stepmother, someone in his family is from the Philippines, so he grew up eating a lot of Filipino food. Now let's go back. So he takes a bite of the spaghetti, and he literally spits it out onto the spaghetti. Like, it would be like if I took this Whopper, I took a bite, I made a face, and I spit the Whopper back out onto the Whopper. He spit a family-sized thing, and he spit it right back on there, and was like, this is gross. He went into this whole tirade about blah, 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 blah. This is what people need to understand. And some people don't care. I know there's a lot of people that are watching this that probably don't care. Like, listen, I'm going to say what's on my mind, and that's cool. No one ever gets offended or worried about something until they have a horse in the race. What I mean is people don't care about issues unless it directly affects them. So, me, Jollibee literally changed my life. I don't mean that as a euphemism. Like, it really did. Again, the first time I tried Jollibee was a couple of years ago. I'd never had it before. I loved it. And I posted a video on YouTube. It was the first video I had that did 1 million views. And my channel went from... And the trajectory completely changed. So I'll always have a special place in my heart for Jollibee. But what I've learned about Jollibee more than anything, food notwithstanding, when it comes to Filipinos that I've talked to in those comment sections, whatever, one, I know they're very passionate about their food and their culture, but I also know that Jollibee is a big part of their culture. Chicken Joy, when I go to Jollibee, there's always like a lot of Filipino people there because it's part of their culture. And it's like the culture. You know what I mean? So, and he may think he's just being edgy and trying to be funny, but he inadvertently, maybe he didn't, I think it's ignorance more than anything, but I can't tell you. Just the culture. The irony of that is, if he said that someone in his family member is from the Philippines, how would he not know that? Like, that seems crazy to me. So you're using, it's like, you know, people that say, like, I have a black friend, when they say, because they can say some stuff that's borderline racist, and they're like, oh, it's okay, I have a black friend. It's the same idea. You're using your, like, a Filipino family member, but that's crazy to me. But the thing I wanted to say is this. As a person who reviews food for a living, or just tries food, does mukbangs, whatever you want to call it, whole 9 yards. One thing that I will never do, and a thing I always try not to do, you can watch my videos, even if I don't like something, I never want to disrespect somebody's culture. And there's better ways to go about it than spitting something out and doing something of that nature. I know that some people say, well, you know, you're allowed to have an opinion. Absolutely. And other people's opinion, you're gonna find out real quick what your opinion is to other people. Some people say, oh, we live in an era where people are too soft. I don't think it's really soft. I just think people are more outspoken these days about things that they don't like. That's not being canceled. That's the court of public opinion. So if you want to say something stupid or something that you say, well, I can say what I want to, you can't get mad when the consequences ain't going to be there for you. And I'm sure this isn't going to affect him really because he works in music. That has nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? He's not an influencer. No one cares. But I just didn't think it was... I agree with people when I just think it's hella disrespectful to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never try... You know, I've got to try Georgian food. I've gotten to try Filipino food. I've gotten to try so many different types of cuisine. Burmese cuisine. And I'm still in the process of it. But even when I don't like something, I still will be respectful about not liking it. Try to describe it and say what it is that I don't like, but I can understand why people do. I even tried a century egg. And most people can't even handle... If you watch the video, it's on my YouTube. My reaction is like more like, you know, I don't like it, but I'm still not going to be rude towards it. But there's too many people, because now food videos, food reviews, etc. are so increased in popularity that everybody's doing them, that, again, you're allowed to do whatever you want with your platform, but just a word of advice, you cannot like something, give a reason, and still not be disrespectful towards somebody's culture like that. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful. I just think people these days... We live in such a time that people only consider being rude as when you're being real. Like, you're not allowed to like things. You have to not like it, because that's you being honest. But if you like it, then you're not being honest. The amount of times that people will watch my own... I don't care if y'all watching this too. My own parents do that to me, and it annoys me. I've gotten messages from my parents because they watch these videos, and they're like, did you really like that? Be honest. Why would I lie? Like, what do I have to gain by telling somebody I like something that I don't. But anytime I have a negative review, which there are some, but I'm really not harsh, but they're few and far between. Usually, you know, it has to be egregious for me to give a 1 or a 0 or a 2, like egregiously bad. That's just the way that I am. Because to me, a 1, 0, a 2, that means it's literally inedible. Right? That's just my personality. You put your own personality in whatever you do, but that's just who I am. I'm that type of person. You know? But whenever I'm like, yo, this is trash, I don't like it, like I did one video, most people are like, oh, thank you for keeping it real. I'm always keeping it real, bro. Like, if I don't like something, I don't like it. But if I do, I'm not afraid to show love. We just live in a time where anytime you give somebody, like, when you show love for somebody, or you show love for an athlete or a rapper, or, you know, your team, everybody's like, the new term is glazing, but we used to say it too. We used to call it, I can't say the word, but like deriding, but it's the same thing. But anytime you do that, you're like giving somebody their props. Like, it's a weird thing now. I was just thinking about that because I feel like he probably posted that video and he was like, oh, see, like some people, they look at being like a critic of something, the only time they're like, it's trash. That's what old people do now. You know, like that's their idea of being a critic. It's trash. You can't explain why it's trash. You don't know it's just trash. Why? Because it's trash. Oh, okay. Again, you can say what you want about how I rate things, and I know people do think that I'm too nice about how I rate things, but one thing that I at least am is consistent with how I rate things, and I at least try to explain to you what I'm eating, why I eat it this way, what I don't like about it, what can improve. I always try to give reason, because if you're just going to say something's trash all the time, like, you're not really critiquing anything, because criticism means that you're giving an assessment of it. And trash is just trash. But that's all people do these days. And I feel like that's what he was trying to do, and it just didn't land. He ain't land the plane that time. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Again, my opinion isn't really relevant, but I guess since you're watching this, you're like curious on what it is. So that don't even make no sense. But I'm chilling in this parking lot, man. I just wanted to talk about that. This is the first time I've done like a full video in a parking lot. It really wasn't that bad, but I'm in like there's a Aldi right over there, and like it's real empty, so it's chill. So I'm just like comfortable, you know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be the end of the video, man. I hope y'all did enjoy. And I got more content, man. You know, we're trying to switch things up and do different things, but I'm glad that y'all are digging the content. But y'all know what it is, man. We will be back tomorrow. Every day, more content, man. I love y'all. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.